viewers. My name is a health and fitness coach. As I promised earlier, today we are going to talk about something called underweight. And underweight, when we talk about it, definitely it's a BMI lower than 19. Yeah? Because normal BMI is 19 to 24.9. So anything less than 19 is a low BMI. That means the person is underweight. And therefore, what does that mean? It means that weight is too low for a good health. Yeah? And as we have said, good health, a person who has a good health, a person who has a BMI of 19 and above. Yeah? So, what are some of the causes of a person being underweight? Or what are some of the causes of underweight? Yeah? So, as we have seen, underweight is not necessarily caused by being sick. There are several reasons that can make someone be underweight. And therefore, these are some of the reasons that we're going to address and learn more about them. So first, someone may be feeding poorly or poor feeding system. That does not mean that someone doesn't have food. The person may have food, but the system of feeding is very poor. We have timing, what you eat at what time of the day. We have quantity, we have quality, consistency, and balance there. So someone may not consider all those, but they have the food. Secondly, there's something called too much exercise. Remember, we have input versus output. So when you come do exercise, for example, you burn 100 calories. For someone who is in weight gain program, when you go home, the person needs to eat more than what he burns. For example, if he burns 100, the person needs to eat 200 calories. So when you come to the gym, we educate you about that, so that you know about input versus output. There is also lack of access to food. As we are aware, most of us in Africa, most of us live below $1 a day. Yeah, they live on less than $1 a day, and this therefore means that most of us are not they can't access enough food, and therefore they can't definitely they will not eat balanced diet. They will not eat food that are rich in fats, calories, and carbohydrates, and therefore their body will be lacking a number of nutrients that are supposed to help them have good health. There's also something called body type. So body type will be a topic of its own, but you can mention, when it comes to body type, we have 3 types. We have a body type called ectomorph, second we have endomorph, and last we have mesomorph. So there's a day that we'll be talking about strictly the body type and what each and every body type entails. There's also something called malabsorption. So malabsorption is a condition whereby someone is accessible to all the foods that one may be accessible to, but the body is unable to absorb the nutrients that the food contains. For example, you may find someone is having all the kinds of food in the world, but when they eat, the small intestines cannot allow the cells to absorb the food nutrients that they eat. And therefore, all the food that they eat goes to waste because of the condition called malabsorption. This can be addressed through exercise and other means. There are also people who lose weight because of chronic health conditions. For example, someone may be suffering from tuberculosis. Someone may be suffering from cancer, which is abnormal growth of body cells because, again, of abnormal function of the body. One may also be suffering from diabetes, which is the lifestyle disease that we are trying to address. Yeah? So all these conditions may also make someone to be underweight. There are also issues like mental health. Mental health issues like depression can make someone lose appetite or just withdraw from proper feeding. that family history, there are people who naturally are underweight because of the family history, family feeding system, or the family is suffering from malabsorption because of some other conditions. So such people, we can assist them when we come to the gym. We do exercise and we create demand for that body to absorb and digest more. Yeah. For example, as I had said, if they come to the gym with the underweight body, we make them burn like 200 calories. Once they burn that, they go back home and we make sure that they eat 400 calories. Yeah. So by burning 200 calories, we are creating demand for the body to demand, to want more and more and more. Yeah, so that's one way of treating underweight. Yeah, so we found that when someone is underweight, there are several effects that lead to several medical conditions. Now, one of the effects of being underweight is called osteoporosis. So osteoporosis is just development of weak bones. Bones are too brittle, too weak to maybe support oneself, to support their weight, and therefore their bones can break anytime. There are also issues with skin. The skin becomes dry. Sometimes the hair falls off. Sometimes they have problems with the teeth. Yeah? So that's an effect of being underweight. Now, there's also frequent hospitalization. You find that someone keeps on going to the hospital, in and out of the hospital, because their immune system is low, and therefore the passing ailments like the virus, for example, flu, puts them down. Yeah. So such people have got very poor immune system, and therefore they are prone to infection all the time. There's also that feeling of fatigue. Yeah. You are tired all the time. You cannot do your day-to-day activities. Yeah. We also have anemia. Anemia is simply low blood count. Yeah. And this can really affect you. This is because maybe the body is unable to absorb iron, which is rich in blood count. Yeah. It helps boost the blood count. Yeah. So issues like anemia are there. Then we have irregular periods, irregular menses. Definitely when someone is underweight, they can't have regular menses. And therefore such people, such condition may lead even to infertility for such a person. Yeah? There's also premature birth. That is birth before 37 weeks. Because maybe the uterus is weak and is unable to carry the fetus to term. So someone may give birth early, or may even lose the fetus, may lose a baby because of being underweight. Yeah? We also have impaired growth, mostly in children. When a child suffers from malnutrition, definitely they have the impaired growth. Yeah? So the developmental milestones delayed. Yeah? Now, apart from looking into all this, we also have some remedy. And we'll find that the remedy revolves around doing exercise and issues to address with nutrition. Yeah? So first, there is this food that is rich in proteins, like nuts. We also have food that are rich in calorie or high calorie foods. Yeah. So we are going to look at some of these foods, like we have milk. Milk has got fats in it. It has got carbohydrates in it, and also has got too high protein in it. And therefore, when someone is underweight, does exercise, creates demand, then they take milk, the absorption and digestion rate will go high, and therefore the person's weight will come up. Yeah? We have foods like rice. Rice is also rich in carbohydrates. We have red meat, which is known to be rich in fats. Red meat has got fake fats, that processing and digesting takes a longer time. So for anyone who is underweight, we recommend red meat because it will help them gain weight. Yeah. It also helps build muscles. Yeah. So as I have said, we have nuts, we have avocado, fruits like avocado. Again, fruits like avocado has got fats in it, and therefore it really helps the body because we know fats helps our body to become warm and provide us with heat. Yeah. So this is very vital and very important for the body. We have dried fruits. We have dark chocolate, which is too much, which is rich in calories. It has a lot of calories in it. We have eggs again, as we have seen earlier. Eggs have got too much calories in it. It has got protein in it. And as we have seen again, only one egg. If you take one egg, that will just be enough for you in a day because of the amount of calories that it contains, the yolk itself. We have foods like yogurt, yeah, that can also help us to gain weight. Now, apart from all these, one may not understand why they are losing weight. Get medical attention. Seek medical attention. You may not understand the reasons why you are losing weight. Maybe as I have said, you are sick, you are having a chronic condition that you are still not aware. So seek for medical attention. Lastly, as I have said, exercise sums up all this because when you eat all these foods that you've recommended and again you don't do exercise, that means that the rate of digestion and absorption will still be low. Exercise helps create demand, yeah. Exercise helps increase the metabolic rate, and therefore digestion and absorption goes high. Therefore, if you eat all these foods as we have recommended and you don't do exercise, your weight will still remain down. So once you start eating all this as a person who is underweight, hit the gym, do exercise. We will help you evaluate, we'll help you know the amount of calories you burn and the amount of calories that you've taken. That is input versus output. And this will help us monitor your growth in terms of weight gain. Yeah? So we really want to emphasize on exercise because it is the backbone. You may do all this that we talked about and you've not done exercise. You may not go anywhere. And therefore, as we have said, exercise helps create demand. Exercise helps you develop appetite to eat more and more and more, and therefore input will be higher than output. So I want to thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for being part of this session. I hope it was an interactive one. I want to thank you once more, and may God bless you as we follow this program and as we start to do exercise today. Thank you so much, and God bless you.